Hey guys, this is Dan with Gears and Gadgets. Thanks for tuning in. So I'm actually preparing and making my video for tomorrow about the suspension upgrade on my 2024 GMC Sierra. Today I wanted to, while I'm doing that, talk about I guess my journey here on YouTube and kind of how it changed my life. I mean, I've told stories about this in the past, but it's something I just wanted to share in a little bit more detail, I guess, because I don't know, I just find this whole journey to be incredibly fascinating. Also, this razor here, I'll have some videos on this soon, but let's get this out of here so I can get the truck in the garage. Yeah, you know, YouTube is it's an interesting journey, and it's also wild because I can't count the number of times I've had people say, like, oh, I've always thought about starting my own YouTube channel. Way more than you would think. Let's get this thing parked up in the street for now. Filming in this garage is always a nightmare because in Phoenix, the sun is always at 11.
We need that extra push over the cliff. You know what we do?
Put it up to 11.
11, exactly.
Just cannot compete with that sun. What I'm doing for tomorrow's video is actually adjusting these King shocks, get the ride height on this up a little bit higher. So it's always been interesting to me, you know, how much you hear that people are like, oh, I want to start my own channel. I don't know, just I hear it all the time. You know, saying it is one thing, and when I first started the channel, I was inspired by Saab Kyle when I saw a news report. I've shared this before, and I was like, man, you can make money on YouTube. How cool is that?
As the name suggests, the Gran Turismo is known as a touring car.
Now his part-time hobby pays him 6 figures. Seeing
that video or that news story was at a time when I was not really all that into what I was doing for work. I loved construction as a project manager, but I found myself, I just wanted more, and I knew that. I looked at YouTube as an opportunity to maybe learn some new skills, maybe transfer that to something else. Having absolutely no idea what I was doing, I picked up a camera and just kind of got to work. And that's all you can do with a YouTube channel. You just kind of have to figure it out for yourself. So I started trucking along, making those videos, kind of doing it as a way to figure out like how to edit and how to do, you know, the basics that you're gonna have to learn if it's something you wanna do. And that's where I really immediately realized, like, man, this is a whole skill in and of itself. Business development, filming, editing, everything, accounting. I mean, literally it is the entire gamut of a business wrapped into a small YouTube channel. Now, I hear people all the time say, well, you know, you shouldn't do YouTube as a business. At the end of the day, whether you're doing it for a hobby or eventual, larger pursuits, all of those things are still there, no matter how you're doing it. And if you're gonna have a successful channel, you have to be mediocrely good at all of it, and it can be overwhelming. So I start doing all this new stuff, learning new skills, not really entirely sure, other than just trying to figure it out at the time, what it was that I was doing. It starts to dawn on me like, man, I don't think that I'm all that happy in my career, and maybe I should use this YouTube thing not only as a way to learn new skill, but to also maybe build a bridge into something new. And what that something was, I didn't know, but I just thought I'd figure it out as I went along. And it's been a process, years in the making. But I want to talk about how it actually changed my life. Now, I start doing all this stuff and getting better at, I always forget about these, getting better at editing, learning all the skills of running a modestly successful, or at least aspiring to be modestly successful YouTube channel. It started to make me just think differently. I took an opportunity where, you know, I started getting into drones early on. People were into the drone thing, and I'm like, yeah, I gotta figure out these drones. And pretty quickly I realized this could be pretty applicable in construction. And there wasn't really a whole lot of like aerial survey type stuff going on. Because I was a tech-minded person, I also found myself in on review panels for things like accounting software, estimating software. That was kind of naturally a thing that I was always involved in. People started to view me really as a tech influencer in the companies that I worked for. So all this is going on as I'm building my YouTube channel. What I didn't realize was that it was also slowly making me enjoy construction even more, because it was getting me into these areas that I wasn't in previously. So I have this channel and it starts to really grow quite well, to the point where I was probably, I don't know, 50,000 subscribers, somewhere in that range. And an opportunity came up to go and work in the construction technology space. YouTube ended up being this path for me that got pretty fascinating, to the point where it kind of actually blurred the lines between my full-time career in construction into the construction tech company that I ended up with, which that turned out to be a dream that turned out to be a nightmare. I got let go from that company, and I went back to saying, like, should I share this message on my personal? So yes, of course I should, because my personal brand doesn't die. My personal brand doesn't get fired. My personal brand is part of my DNA. It's who I am. And I will never let any company exploit that. So what's really gnarly about this whole journey is that I spent 8-9 years building this YouTube channel to learn skills, to build bridges to something else. And I didn't know what that was. It's just mind-blowing that the journey started out using YouTube to build a path or a bridge to something else. But I think what I was building was a bridge to YouTube itself, which is really wild. The whole thing is just absolutely insane. But that is my value, is I can fire up the camera just like anybody who's watching this channel and speak passionately about something that I love, which it might be trucks, might be motorcycles, might be side-by-sides, could be whatever the case may be, and share these experiences out there on YouTube. I'm gonna have this video out tomorrow on the suspension, making some modifications to this truck, but I wanted to make a video today just talking about this journey and all of those people out there, including some of my old coworkers, so many of them who were like, man, I thought about starting up my own channel, or someone else that I had worked with who had their own cooking channel on TikTok. And I met so many people like that. I meet people in my neighborhood who are like, man, I've always thought of starting a YouTube channel. Do it. Because one day it might become the thing that is your thing. And you get to share those experiences with people. And I'm just really excited. I don't know if YouTube is going to be enough to pay the bills long term. I'm still trying to figure that out. But I've just realized that everything happens for a reason, and I didn't get here by mistake. I may go back and get a full-time job at some point to support the family, pay the bills, do all the things that we all have to do. This YouTube channel will not go anywhere. I will build this channel to 1 million subscribers. I might be 70 years old before I get there, but it will happen. And I just want to basically say, YouTube is, or social media, it can be used for good. You don't need to buy a $60,000 truck and jump it 30 feet in the air, destroy it for views. You can do the hard way and just make videos about things you love, and over time, your people will find you and you will build an audience and you'll just keep on growing. So again, I just wanted to make a video. I know I kind of droned on for this one today, but trying to stay true to making a video a day and really doubling down, going all in, doing what I need to do to make this a reality, because I think all roads are pointing me back to this being what I'm good at. So with that said, thank you guys very much for tuning in. If this is your first time tuning in, please hit that subscribe button down below. Remember, likes go a long way to help support the channel. See you guys next time. Let's get this all buttoned up.